A Tale of Fate and Timing. Emily had always believed in fate, but she didn't know how much she believed in it until the day she met Alex. It was a rainy afternoon in New York City, and Emily, rushing to avoid the downpour, ducked into a small, tucked-away coffee shop. She wasn't expecting much, just a hot drink to ward off the chill, but then she saw him. Alex was sitting at a table by the window, reading a book and sipping a latte. His calm demeanor and warm smile caught her attention immediately. Their eyes met, and Emily felt a strange pull, as though she had known him her entire life. Mustering up her courage, she asked if she could sit at his table since the cafe was full. He agreed with a soft smile. What started as a casual conversation about books and rainy weather quickly turned into hours of laughter, shared stories, and a connection that felt both new and familiar. Emily learned that Alex was a photographer, capturing moments of beauty in the city's chaos. He learned that she was a writer, spinning tales of love and adventure for her small but devoted audience. They exchanged numbers before parting ways, the promise of another meeting hanging in the air like unspoken poetry. Over the next few weeks, Emily and Alex spent every spare moment together. They explored the city hand in hand, from quiet bookstores and hidden parks to bustling markets and art galleries. Their connection deepened with every shared glance, every joke, every brush of fingers. Emily couldn't remember the last time she had felt so alive. Alex brought out a side of her she hadn't known existed, playful, adventurous, and bold. For Alex, Emily was a breath of fresh air, a reminder of all the beauty in the world he had spent years photographing. But beneath the joy, there was an undercurrent of unease. Emily had been offered a prestigious fellowship in Paris, a dream opportunity that would require her to leave in just a few months. Alex, meanwhile, was in the middle of launching his first photography exhibit, a milestone he had been working toward for years. Neither of them wanted to talk about the inevitable, but the shadow of it lingered. One evening, as they watched the city lights from a rooftop, Alex finally brought up the topic they had both been avoiding. "What happens when you go to Paris?" he asked, his voice soft but steady. Emily looked down, her heart aching. "I don't know," she admitted. "I don't want to lose what we have, but this fellowship is everything I've worked for." "And my exhibit?" Alex trailed off, his expression torn. "I can't leave New York right now." For the first time, silence fell between them. The weight of their realities pressed down on the magic of their connection. They had met at the wrong time, and neither could deny it. Despite the looming separation, Emily and Alex decided to make the most of the time they had left. They created a list of everything they wanted to do together: dancing in the rain, visiting the top of the Empire State Building, stargazing in Central Park. Each moment was bittersweet, filled with laughter and the unspoken knowledge that their days were numbered. One night, as they sat on a bench by the river, Alex handed Emily a small box. Inside was a necklace with a tiny charm in the shape of a camera. "So you'll always have a piece of me," he said, his voice thick with emotion. Emily's eyes filled with tears as she hugged him tightly. "I'll never forget you," she whispered. The day Emily was set to leave for Paris, Alex walked her to the airport. Their hands were intertwined, both of them reluctant to let go. At the gate, Emily turned to him, her heart breaking. "I wish things were different," she said. "Me too," Alex replied. "But maybe one day the timing will be right." They kissed for the last time, a mixture of love and sorrow, before Emily walked away. Alex watched her go, his heart heavy but filled with gratitude for the time they had shared. Over the years, Emily and Alex thought of each other often. Emily found success in Paris, publishing her first novel and traveling the world. Alex's photography exhibit became a huge hit, launching him into a career that took him to every corner of the globe. They followed each other's achievements from afar, occasionally exchanging messages, but never crossing paths again. Fate had brought them together, but it had also pulled them apart. 10 years later, Emily returned to New York for a book signing. As she walked into a familiar coffee shop, her heart skipped a beat. There, sitting by the window with a book and a latte, was Alex. Their eyes met, and time seemed to stand still. "Emily," Alex said, his smile as warm as ever. "Alex," she replied, her voice trembling with a mix of emotions. They spent hours catching up, sharing stories of their lives, and laughing over old memories. The connection was still there, but it was different now, mature, reflective, and bittersweet. As the sun set, Emily stood to leave. "Maybe in another life," she said softly. "Maybe," Alex replied. But as she walked away, he couldn't help but feel that, even if their love hadn't lasted, it had been worth every moment.